Ed Reed in the zoned out. That's what zoned out can do for you, man. Ed Reed made a huge play for us. Denzel Ward, let's go, man. We're bagging this right now, manning up the slots. This is the defense for this. Oh, let's go! Yo, I cannot believe Night Train just got his feet in there. I thought for sure he was gonna catch that out of bounds. He got super greedy, man. Should have just ran out of bounds, but Night Train absolutely bails us out. All right, what's up, guys? I'm back. I hope you guys are having a great day, man. Today, we're going to be going over how to stop the 3 different types of corner routes. So we got short corners, deep corners, and then rollout corners. Now, the first 2 are pretty simple to stop. The rollout corners are very difficult. So this is kind of a video catered towards anybody, whether you're a beginner, whether you're intermediate, or whether you're somebody who considers yourself pretty good at the game, man. This will help you no matter what skill level you're at, and hopefully I can teach you guys a little bit, man. This was something I struggled against up until a couple days ago. I'm gonna show you guys some gameplay video as well, not video, but just kind of like highlights from a gameplay between me and Throne, just to kind of demonstrate how this defense actually works in a game. If you guys know Throne, man, he's a great YouTuber. This is from a game that actually wasn't on his YouTube. We played multiple games, and this game he didn't upload. It was very low scoring. I played great defense. We didn't give up a single touchdown. If you guys watch Throne, he's actually a very, very solid player. Like, he actually competes in tournaments and stuff like that. And he's got a great tight offset tight end. He knows how to get out of the pocket against any types of blitzes or contains. He knows how to hit those corner routes perfectly every time. He's got all the abilities on him. He loves bombing you deep, and it can be very, very difficult to stop, man. If you guys, like I said, if you guys watch him, you guys know he doesn't get stopped very often. So this defense that I found while playing him kind of like in the middle of the game actually worked extremely well. So I kind of want to share that with you guys today, and we'll just show you guys how that works. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. All right, guys, first and foremost, we want to worry about our personnel. And I'm not going to worry about the D-line personnel. That's obviously up to you. It doesn't really matter that much for the sake of this video. So what we're going to be adjusting here personnel-wise is our slot corners. Now, we want our absolute best corners in the slot here. So we're actually going to take Gilmore out, put Gilmore on this left side slot, and then we're going to take Jonathan Jones and put him right here. McCourty and J.C. Jackson on the outsides. These guys are, they're pretty decent zone players. We want our best man-to-man corners, our guys with our best speed right here in the slot. So Gilmore and Regs, Byron Jones and Regs, Anthony Brown and Regs, who's really fast. Jonathan Jones is obviously very good as well. And Mutt, Champ Bailey, Night Train Lane in the slots. Those guys are going to be great for you. If you know you really struggle, another tip that you can use is actually use a player with man up. I believe Gilmore might have it in this mode. He might have universal coverage, but I think he does have man up. I'm in the 1-4-6 guys, by the way. I'm in the Miami Dolphins playbook. You can use 2-3-6 as well. It just depends if you want your linebackers in the gaps or not. All right, guys. Here we are. We're in the tight offset tight end on offense with the Chiefs, who have the best receivers in the game. So if we can stop the Chiefs receivers, man, in regs, we can stop them in MUT. We can stop them in draft champs. We can stop them in any mode because the Chiefs receivers are so good. They all have great route running. They all have amazing speed. And even with the Patriots corners, it can be really difficult to stop. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that for you guys, though. Like I said, we're in the New Orleans playbook on offense with the tight offset tight end. And this formation is pretty notorious for having great corner routes. If you play MUT a lot, you guys know that people love to use a route apprentice on their tight end on the right side as well. Or they use just an extra wide receiver with route apprentice, making it so that they can have 2 corner routes on each side, which makes it super difficult. Let's go ahead and show you guys the first type of corner route, though, the short corner. Let's see how we defend it. So we're in DB Sting right now, 1-4-6. We're in an audible 2 cover 2 sync. Press like we normally do. Contain. I'm just going to put this guy in a spot right now, Gilmore, so he doesn't actually generate a ton of pressure. This is what the player looks like. We have our soft squats, and then we're going to go ahead, block our running back, and then run the play. Let's see what the corner looks like from the wide receiver. Right there, it gets over top. He just drops the ball, but a lot of the time, he is actually going to go ahead and make that catch. As you can see, he got over the top of the cloud. It's only after the fact that we threw the ball that he was able to go and get that hit. Soft squats are pretty much just clouds. They just have different principles. So for example, if it's just a solo receiver against a soft squat, the soft squat will man up against it. However, if there's another zone in the area, it basically just turns into a cloud. So they're kind of similar, man. It doesn't really matter too much if you use a soft squat or a cloud. What I will show you how to stop this short corner route, though, is we will use a cloud because we do want to shade over top. So what we're going to do on defense to stop this short corner route, we're going to audible the cover 2 sink, press again, shade over top so our soft squats turn into clouds. Again, you can have a soft squat and shade over top. You could easily just put him back in the soft squat by going right on the left stick. But like I said, not a huge difference between the two zones. So we're just going to leave him in the clouds, shade it over top, Y and up on the right stick to shade over top. And then we're going to drag McCourty back just a few yards here. Probably like 5 to 7 yards. And then let's run this corner out and see what happens. Let's see if he plays it better now that he's dragged back. Yeah, as you can see right there, he plays it now. So when you're pressed and you're not shading any way, he's going to get over the cloud pretty much every single time. But if we shade over top, drag him back, you could even drag him back 10 yards if you wanted. That's just a little bit too much of a cushion. If you're there with your user, it's not that big of a deal. But I would say like 7 spots or 7 yards is kind of like that sweet spot right there for him to go ahead and play that corner a lot better. So if your opponent's staying in the pocket, throwing that corner route, that is the best way to stop corner routes. This works for any formation as well, against bunch, anything with corner routes. A cloud with your guy, shaded over top, just backed up a couple yards is going to go ahead and stop all those short corner routes. Now, let's go ahead and show you guys a deep corner. Let's go ahead and set up that defense we just set up the same way we stopped it. Shade over top, press, drag the guy back up a couple yards, and then now on offense, we're going to run bench, which is a deep corner route from Y as opposed to the short corner. And we'll just watch how it gets over even a backed off cloud shaded over top this time. So how do we stop this now? The best way to stop this, go ahead, audible to cover 2 sink. Instead of just pressing, we're going to base align by pressing Y right on the left stick to base align, then press after you base align. So our guys go down the sidelines like this, our outside corners. And we're going to take X, double tap Y, hit X, the icon over this cornerback's head, go left on the right stick to put him in an outside quarter. Then we're going to double tap Y again, hit Y for our free safety, and then right on the right stick to put him in an inside quarter. So we're kind of cover 6ing this now. And then what we can do for Gilmore here is we can go ahead, put him in a curl flat, A, and then right on the left stick to put him in a curl flat. Then, as you can see, the curl flat's there. It's purple. We shade down so it turns into a hard flat, and then we shade up so the hard flat turns into a cloud. There we go. As you can see, we put him in a curl flat, shade down, and then shade up, and then it turns him into a cloud. So we kind of have a cover 6 principle here. Let's go ahead, run that deep corner, and see if it gets open now. As you can see, the outside quarter plays it absolutely perfectly, gets the pick. So that's how you shut down the deep corner as well as the short corner. That cloud from the slot should do a pretty decent job as well from playing the short corner. Honestly, the outside quarter mixed with the cloud will do a great job in tandem playing a short corner as well as a deep corner. Now let's run that exact defense versus a rollout corner, and let's see if this works. So we're going to audible to the cover 2 sink again on defense. What we're going to do, go ahead, baseline press, outside quarter, inside safety, and an inside quarter. Gilmore, curl flat, shade down, shade up. So we have a cover 6 look. Let's go ahead, run Y out, halfback swing, the short corner route again. And what we're going to do is we're going to roll out to the left. Let's see if the quarter will play it. Not really, right? He got over the top that time. A lot of the times they can get underneath as well. And when they roll out, it just makes the corner route like twice as good. If we just run the original defense that we had where we audible to cover 2 sink, shade over top, and then back our guy off a couple yards. This worked against the original short corner, right? So let's go ahead, run the short corner, but this time let's roll out. As you can see, it gets over top this time. The corner kind of side shuffles. He kind of hesitates. A lot of the time he will even crash down to go get the quarterback on his own and just abandon his assignment, which is why these corner routes are so good, because with escape artist quarterbacks and dashing deadeye, it's so easy for your opponent to get outside of the pocket, roll to the sideline, causing your corner to kind of dumb out, come down, and leave the corner routes wide open for huge gains. So how do we stop this, man? It's very, very difficult because the first 2 setups don't really work that well against it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to audible to cover 2 sink on defense now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to press, and then we're going to man up the slots. This guy gets a little bit misaligned, so just drag him over the top of the nose of that other receiver tight end, man him up. So this is what this looks like now. Shade over top, and then shade outside. As you can see there, Gilmore kind of takes a step to kind of prevent him from running that corner route. He's going to get a nice little bump off the line, you know, enough to disrupt the timing just by a little bit, and then he should do a really great job of playing the corner out as well. Let's go ahead, run the Y out, and roll out and see what happens this time. So as you can see, so he does get a little bit of separation, but because Gilmore's man and his ability allows him to just close it down and react so much faster. That's why I said that man up can really help. But again, the man up isn't absolutely necessary. I actually don't think man up is that great of an ability. Champ Bailey with 98 speed and 99 man coverage in Madden Ultimate Team will do almost a very similar job. It kind of looks like the receiver has the guy beat a little bit, but he will close that gap, break up the pass, get a pick if you are able to click on in time. This is not going to stop it 100% of the time. Maybe your opponent will be able to squeeze a if like he gets an amazing throw, or his receiver is like 99 Randy Moss, like I said, with route technician and stuff like that. Maybe he will get open every now and then. But the whole purpose of this is to kind of discourage your opponent from throwing that route. Just make him uncomfortable, make that window really tight, so that if he does get like a pressure inaccurate, or if you send a spy at him and the spy gets in his face and he kind of mistimes the throw of it, we can get picks. We're just putting our opponent in positions to make bad decisions and make turnovers. If he wants to complete that throw, he's going to have to absolutely do everything perfectly. And a lot of times when you're playing people online, you know, they're not perfect players. This is the most efficient way I found of guarding this. There are other different ways you can manipulate your zones to play this better, but with all the adjustments that it takes, it's just not worth the time. If you take 10 seconds to set up all these adjustments, and then your opponent just quick snaps inside zone, or they can even just quick snap this play, because this play really only requires maybe one hot route at the most, and then they can go ahead and quick snap it. You're going to get stuck on your D-line a lot. You're going to get stuck adjusting, giving up wide open bombs. So I found this personally is the most efficient way to stop these routes. Again, I'm just going to go over it one more time on defense. We're going to go ahead, audible to cover 2 sync. Man up the slots. You can quick adjust by double tapping Y, hitting the icon over them, and then manning them up. Again, you will have to fix these guys because they line up a little bit funky. Drag them over top, man them up. And then if you wanted to, if you had enough time, if your opponent's not quick snapping, you can drag these guys back a little bit. Shade outside, shade over top, and then this will absolutely bag this play. Like I said, the backing up the corners is not necessary, but it'll definitely help if you have the time. You kind of just have to anticipate whether your opponent's going to quick snap you or not. Let's go ahead and snap the ball, see if this corner route gets open. See, this dude is like just absolutely bagged now. Like, there's nothing open. In addition to that, that deep post over the middle of the field is completely bagged as well, because he's getting bumped off the line. So this defense just works really well against this formation. Now, inside zone out of this formation is pretty good against 1-4-6, which is why I like to a lot of the time sit on my safety up here and then kind of hover in the gap over the middle of the field, like right over this X, probably like 8 to 9 yards back. That way, if they run the inside zone, I can easily shoot this. Otherwise, my responsibility is kind of like this deep half of the field. So against tight offset tight end and bunch and any tight formation like this, I love to man up the slot guy, man. Just by manning him up, even if it does sometimes get open, you're just messing with your opponent's timing. You're messing with their number one receiver, the receiver that the whole offense revolves around. It can kind of just put them off their game, and like I said, force them into mistakes. If you guys really did enjoy the video, man, please leave a like and subscribe. I would definitely appreciate it, and I'll be back soon with another tip video. If you guys have any recommendations as well for new tip videos, feel free to drop those in the comments below, and I hope you guys have a great day, man.